In a world bursting with modern conveniences and fast-paced living, there's something wonderfully comforting about revisiting the tried and true methods from our past. Grandma's 25 old-fashioned food hacks invite you to embrace the simplicity and ingenuity of yesteryears, transforming your culinary routine with time-honored techniques. These clever hacks have stood the test of time, offering not only practical solutions for everyday kitchen tasks, but also adding a nostalgic touch to your cooking. So dust off that apron, channel your inner chef, and get ready to discover the charming secrets that have made Grandma's dishes unforgettable treasures for generations. 1. Tenderized tough cuts with a simple vinegar marinade. Grandma knew how to make the most of every cut of meat, even the tougher ones. Her secret? A marinade of vinegar and broth. To tenderize meat and infuse it with rich flavor, mix equal parts vinegar and broth in a bowl or resealable bag, making sure your meat is completely covered. The vinegar's acidity gently breaks down the meat fibers, while the broth adds moisture and depth. Let the meat marinate in the fridge for a few hours or overnight for the best results. When you're ready to cook, just remove the meat and prepare it as you like. With this trick, even the toughest cuts turn out juicy and tender. 2. Brighten up green beans with baking soda magic. Want to serve green beans that are as vibrant as they are delicious? Grandma's trick was to add a tiny pinch of baking soda to the cooking water. Start by boiling a pot of water and then add just a pinch of baking soda. This small addition helps neutralize acids in the water that can dull the color, keeping your beans a bright, appetizing green. Once the beans are tender, drain and plate them. They'll look as fresh as they taste. This simple trick is perfect for making your dishes more eye-catching and appetizing with zero extra effort. 3. Cut onions lengthwise for a tear-free experience. Tired of tearing up when chopping onions? Try Grandma's clever hack: slice them lengthwise. Onions contain sulfur compounds that cause those stinging tears when released, but slicing from root to stem minimizes the cell damage that releases them. Start by trimming the stem and peeling the skin, then cut through the root end to keep the layers together. This technique keeps the onion's strong aroma in check, so you can chop without the tears. Give it a go next time for a more pleasant experience in the kitchen. 4. Save your rice water for richer gravy. Don't let that rice water go to waste. It's a treasure trove of starch for thick, flavorful gravy. After cooking rice, drain the water into a bowl to save for later. This starchy liquid can enhance the texture and richness of gravies, sauces, and even soups. Use it as a substitute for regular water or broth in your favorite recipes. Just heat the rice water, add in seasonings, and stir until smooth for a homemade gravy that's thick and delicious. Grandma never let good ingredients go to waste, and this hack can transform your sauces with ease. 5. Butter your pie plates for the crispiest crust. Keep your pie crusts golden and flaky by buttering the pie plate before you lay down the dough. Grandma knew that a bit of butter creates a barrier between the crust and the plate, preventing any sogginess. Start with a small amount of softened butter and spread it evenly across the bottom and sides of your pie plate with a pastry brush or paper towel. Now your crust has the perfect base to bake evenly, staying crispy and delicious. It's a simple trick that'll have your pies looking and tasting like they're straight from Grandma's kitchen. 6. Add vegetables last for the perfect stew. Want to make your stews as deliciously hearty as Grandma's? Try adding vegetables toward the end of the cooking process. Start by letting the meat, broth, and seasoning simmer until the meat becomes tender. About 20 to 30 minutes before the stew is done, add harder vegetables like carrots and potatoes. Then add more delicate veggies like peas and bell peppers just 10 minutes before the stew is ready. This timing keeps the vegetables firm and flavorful so they don't end up mushy. This simple trick ensures every bite has the perfect blend of textures, making your stew a cozy, homemade treat. 7. Simmer your soups and stews for a richer flavor. When it comes to soups, stews, and stocks, Grandma knew the secret to rich flavor: never boil, just simmer. Boiling can make meat tough, vegetables mushy, and broth cloudy, but a gentle simmer brings out the best in each ingredient. Start by bringing your pot to a boil, then reduce the heat to keep it at a low simmer. This slower cooking method allows the flavors to meld beautifully, creating a dish that's both hearty and delicate. Don't forget to skim any foam or impurities off the top for a clearer, more polished broth. Embrace the slow simmer and let each ingredient shine. 8. Sweeten tomato dishes with a pinch of sugar. Grandma's secret to balanced tomato-based dishes: a tiny pinch of sugar. Tomato sauces, soups, and chilies can sometimes taste too acidic, which can overpower other flavors. To balance this, start cooking as usual, and when the dish is nearly ready, taste it. If it feels too acidic, add a small pinch of sugar, stir, and let it cook a few minutes longer. The sugar mellows out the acidity without adding sweetness, making the flavor more rounded and harmonious. This quick hack is perfect for achieving that comforting, balanced taste in all your favorite tomato recipes. 9. Use bacon grease for rich, smoky flavor. Grandma wouldn't dream of wasting bacon grease, and it's a fantastic kitchen trick you can use too. After cooking bacon, save the rendered grease by straining it into a heat-proof container. This flavorful fat is perfect for frying eggs, potatoes, and veggies, adding a savory, smoky richness to any dish. It's also great for seasoning cast iron skillets or adding depth to dishes like beans or cornbread. Each spoonful adds a boost of flavor that makes simple dishes taste extraordinary. Try using bacon grease instead of oil or butter to bring grandma's rustic, comforting flavor to your meals. 10. Make the most of leftovers with Fridge Raid Fridays. Take a cue from grandma and reduce food waste with Fridge Raid Fridays. This tradition is all about using up leftovers, near expiry items, and forgotten ingredients by transforming them into new meals. At the end of the week, go through your fridge and pull out anything that needs to be used. Combine what you find into creative dishes like soups, stir fries, casseroles, or even pasta bakes. This practice not only stretches your budget but also encourages you to think inventively in the kitchen. With Fridge Raid Fridays, you'll keep your fridge clean, your wallet full, and your meals exciting. 11. Keep fresh herbs vibrant with a water glass hack. Want your fresh herbs to stay vibrant longer? Treat them like a bouquet. Trim the ends of the stems and place your herbs in a glass of water, just like you would with flowers. Cover the tops loosely with a plastic bag to create a mini greenhouse effect that keeps them fresh. Store the glass in the fridge and change the water every couple of days, removing any wilted stems to maintain freshness. This simple hack works wonders for herbs like parsley, cilantro, and basil, preserving their color and flavor for your favorite dishes. With this trick, you'll always have fresh herbs on hand. 12. Layer cookies with tissue paper to keep them fresh. Keep your cookies fresh and delicious by layering them with tissue paper in storage. Simply line the bottom of an airtight container with tissue paper, place a layer of cookies on top, then cover with another sheet of tissue paper. Continue layering until all your cookies are stored. The tissue paper absorbs any excess moisture, keeping the cookies from going soft or stale. Store the container in a cool, dry spot away from sunlight, and your cookies will taste just as fresh days later. This easy tip is perfect for homemade treats and ensures they're always ready to enjoy. 13. Fix bitter coffee with a pinch of salt. If your coffee tastes bitter or overcooked, grandma's got the fix. Just add a pinch of salt. Bitter coffee often has too much acidity, but a tiny bit of salt helps neutralize the bitterness, making it smoother and more enjoyable. Simply sprinkle a small pinch of salt into your pot or cup, stir and taste. Be careful not to add too much, just a little is all you need to bring out a softer, richer flavor. This quick trick can save a pot of coffee and give you a smooth, delicious cup in seconds. 14. Boil shellfish with salt for perfect flavor. Enhance the flavor of your shellfish by boiling them in salted water. Start by filling a large pot with water and bring it to a boil. Add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of salt per quart of water, replicating the natural salinity of seawater. Once the water is ready, add your shellfish and cook for a few minutes, depending on their size. This salt infusion brings out the fresh, briny flavor in shrimp, crab, or clams, making them taste as if they just came from the sea. Serve right away to enjoy that burst of flavor. 15. Easy to peel eggs with salt and cold water. Struggling with hard to peel boiled eggs? Try grandma's trick of using salt and cold water. Once your eggs are boiled, place them in a bowl of cold water and add a teaspoon of salt. Let the eggs sit for a few minutes. The salt helps to loosen the shells, while the cold water makes the shells contract. This process separates the shell from the egg, so when you crack them on a hard surface, they peel off with ease. No more fuss, just smooth, perfectly peeled eggs every time. 16. Keep salad greens fresh with a damp paper towel. Don't let your salad greens wilt before you're ready to enjoy them. After washing and drying your greens, place them in a bowl or airtight container and lay a damp paper towel over the top before sealing. This little trick keeps the humidity levels just right so your greens stay crisp and fresh longer. Remember to change the paper towel every few days for maximum freshness. With this easy hack, you can say goodbye to soggy lettuce and hello to salads that stay vibrant and delicious. 17. Make fresh bread crumbs by grating frozen bread. Leftover bread can quickly turn into a kitchen staple when you freeze it for homemade bread crumbs. Once the bread is frozen, grab a box grater or food processor and grate it into fine crumbs. These bread crumbs can be stored in the freezer for future use and are perfect for breading, adding crunch to casseroles, or enhancing the texture of meatballs and patties. This frugal hack saves money and reduces waste, ensuring that no slice of bread goes unused. Grandma would be proud of this smart, tasty solution. 18. Preserve corn freshness with a sugar and vinegar solution. Keep corn tasting sweet and fresh with this clever storage trick. Fill a container with water and add a tablespoon each of sugar and vinegar, stirring until dissolved. Place your corn in the solution, making sure it's fully submerged, and store it in the refrigerator. The sugar helps keep the corn's natural sweetness, while the vinegar prevents spoilage, extending its shelf life. This easy method will have your corn tasting garden fresh for days, ready to be enjoyed whenever you're in the mood for a sweet and juicy bite. 19. Reduce waste by slicing bread lengthwise for sandwiches. Maximize every loaf of bread by slicing it lengthwise. Instead of using 2 slices per sandwich, a single, large slice can make an open-faced or fold-over sandwich. This hack is ideal for big artisan loaves that are too thick for traditional sandwiches and perfect if you want to cut back on carbs without sacrificing flavor. Plus, lengthwise cut sandwiches have a fun, rustic look that's great for unique presentations. Give it a try, and you'll love how it reduces waste and adds a creative twist to your lunch. 20. Add milk to scrambled eggs for ultimate fluffiness. Craving the fluffiest scrambled eggs? Add a splash of milk before cooking. Whisk your eggs in a bowl with about a tablespoon of milk per 2 eggs. This simple addition adds moisture, creating steam as the eggs cook, which helps them puff up to soft, airy perfection. Pour the mixture into a greased hot pan, cook on medium-low heat, and stir gently until they're just set. With this trick, you'll be serving scrambled eggs that are light, fluffy, and absolutely irresistible every time. 21. Grind spices fresh with a mortar and pestle. Bring out the bold flavors in your spices and herbs by grinding them with a mortar and pestle. This old-fashioned tool, loved by Grandma, lets you crush your ingredients to release essential oils that pre-ground spices often lack. Just place your spices in the mortar, grip the pestle firmly, and grind with a circular motion until you reach the texture you want. The result? Fresh, aromatic flavors that can transform any dish. Whether you're making spice blends, pastes, or marinades, this hands-on method gives your cooking a truly authentic taste. 22. Test egg freshness with the water float test. Wondering if those eggs are still good? Try Grandma's quick and easy water test to check their freshness. Fill a bowl with cold water and gently drop the eggs in. Fresh eggs will sink to the bottom and lay on their sides, while older eggs will stand upright or float. Time to toss those. This trick helps you avoid spoiled eggs, ensuring that every dish is made with safe, high-quality ingredients. It's simple, reliable, and only takes a minute to give you peace of mind in the kitchen. 23. Transform leftover cheese into gourmet mac and cheese. Got extra cheese? Don't let it go to waste. Grandma would tell you that leftover bits of cheese can elevate your mac and cheese to a whole new level. Grate or chop up those leftover pieces and add them to your cheese sauce. Mixing different types of cheese creates a complex, rich flavor that's sure to impress. Combine with cooked pasta, then bake at 350 def 175 daisy until bubbly and golden. This trick makes for a creamy, gourmet mac and cheese that's packed with flavor and zero waste. 24. Brighten up your rice with a squeeze of lemon. Want to add a fresh twist to plain rice? Grandma's trick is to add a splash of lemon juice while cooking. Start by rinsing your rice, then add water and squeeze half a lemon into the pot before boiling. The lemon juice gives a subtle citrusy kick and prevents the rice from clumping. When it's done, fluff the rice and enjoy a zesty flavor boost that complements nearly any meal. This simple addition transforms your rice, making it light, fragrant, and irresistibly fresh. 25. Add vinegar to your pie crust for extra flakiness. Achieving a flaky pie crust can be tricky, but Grandma had a secret: a splash of vinegar. When preparing the dough, add about a teaspoon of vinegar to the ice water before mixing it in with the flour and fat. The acidity from the vinegar prevents gluten from overdeveloping, giving you that perfect tender crust that's so deliciously flaky. Just remember to handle the dough gently. Over mixing will counteract the magic. With this trick, every pie you bake will have a light, melt in your mouth crust. 26. Rehydrate unpopped kernels for a second round of popcorn. Don't throw away those unpopped kernels at the bottom of the bowl, give them a second chance. Grandma's trick is to soak unpopped kernels to rehydrate them, making them more likely to pop on the next try. Gather the kernels and cover them in a bowl of water for about 30 minutes. After soaking, drain and pat them dry, then store the kernels in an airtight container until your next popcorn night. The added moisture helps the kernels pop more effectively, maximizing your popcorn yield and reducing waste. It's a simple, satisfying way to get more out of each batch. 27. Focus on basic ingredients and get creative. Stretch your budget and creativity by stocking up on essential ingredients and letting your imagination do the rest. Grandma knew the value of basics like rice, pasta, beans, canned tomatoes, and flour, versatile staples that can turn into countless meals. Think of these as blank canvases. Rice can become stir-fries, hearty bowls, or vibrant salads. Pasta works with endless combinations of sauces, veggies, and proteins. Beans are perfect for soups, stews, or fresh salads. Experiment with spices, herbs, and cooking techniques to transform these simple ingredients into exciting, flavor-packed meals. Embrace this approach to save money, reduce waste, and enjoy a wide variety of homemade dishes.